Is it going? How is it going, everyone? How's it going? Sorry, been busy doing magic videos lately. The store, we try to do everything, but I get the best results with Heroclix, and that's makes me happy because I love Heroclix, so I get the most eyes on it. I've been waiting to get a good chunk of stuff to kind of go through them because they having spoiler after spoiler, which I'll be talking about. And then it looks like our favorite guy, Mr. Porter, Scott Porter, will be starting his box opening. Not my favorite cup of tea. I just wish he did it a little bit different. Even like the images I try to pull up, they're usually crap. This is the best I can do. We're just covering the rare of Black Bolt and I believe the Prime. So again, never read any of these yet. For the other spoilers, I know we got a Rocket Venom and a Gwen Venom. Those are I'm excited to read because I read what they're about. I collect any Venom freaking click. And it sucks because now it's getting crazier and crazier because not Venom, I should say symbiote. And I just like the symbiote more than I like actually Venom. And I've kind of gone to this rant before, but the stories with symbiotes I like. So anyways, let's not rant like most people do, and let's actually go into what this is for, is talking the spoilers. So Earth X Inhuman Ruler, I think it's great. We have more Inhumans. Nice that we see a generic ruler off the bat. That's already cool with me. And again, this is going to be from Earth X, so it's not regular Black Bolt, but again, he can play with the Inhumans. When a friendly character targets Black Bolt with Perplex after resolution, roll a d6. If the result is less than Black Bolt's click number, modify the chosen value an additional +1. So if you roll that d6 and the result is less than Black Bolt, that's pretty interesting. I'll have to see what his card looks like to see how he looks later on. That was called Target. D6. Excuse me, twice, because in Earth X, they do the Target Miss thing all over again. Only one man could move that quietly. When Black Bolt has no action tokens, lines of fire drawn to him are blocked. Wow. That's pretty cool. I like that. Need a giant or someone to carry him around. He'll never have ways for you to draw lines of fire to him. Almost said wound. Wound with the whisper, shatter with a scream. Pulse wave. When Black Bolt uses it, he can use where it aims through the blocking, and that's always awesome. And you may instead choose a number from 1 through 5 to be the range value for the pulse wave. You don't have it and can't modify it. After resolution, destroy all blocking terrain within that use of pulse wave. That's kind of cool because you're okay. I kind of like that. And he is that is his fist, which he gets only at the very end. That's a huge bummer. But I guess you couldn't have it too much or it'd be broken. But wow. And then, yeah, if you want to roll, if you perplex him up in his attack, and he has perplex, you can do another perplex. On top of that, if you roll higher than... If he's on a 6th click, he's only 100... I think it's 150 if you go that far. That's pretty good that you're going to get most likely not a 6 and you'll get to bump him up. So it could be a devastating perplex. That is going through a wall. That's actually really cool. I like it. It's really pricey though. Really pricey for points. To have that kind of one trick pony. If you have that click through other stats, I believe it'd be well worth it, but he's still a chunky piece. I'm still not going to sit here and be like, he's not good. This is only a rare, and precision within the first 3. He has invincible twice on his dial. Never drops below a 3 on damage. He has 5 twice at least. So, and hypersonic already. I mean, he's not a bad piece by far. And then that whole when Black Bolt has no action tokens. That's really big. But the perplex thing's not bad either, because once you get to maybe 3, I believe it looks like when a friendly character targets Black Bolt. So anytime that happens, for shits and giggles, just roll it and see what happens. I think this is a great addition for Black Bolt into your Inhuman teams, playing with some Golden Age. It's just the points are costly, but other than that, I think that's a pretty dope piece. This is also what Mr. Scott Porter opened again. I don't know what kind of cameras he's using for these images. Usually, if you guys see my OP kit reveals and stuff, if I get them before normal, I try to get the clearest shot as I can, try to lie the best I can. I don't got professional camera, but like, for God's sakes, guy, it's just I feel like, I know he's excited, he's into it, he's doing all these side things now, he's got a mic on and all that, but you got to think about us small people that we want to talk about it and look at it, and you're making it hell for us because it's just not the best way to look at it. But anyways, so I'm excited already seeing there's monsters and police. Hopefully PD ability. We'll keep our fingers crossed after I click the check behind there. She's got the alien symbiote, which is on every symbiote character except for Venom pool. Let's get that changed. Let's errata that, please. The only freaking Venom that doesn't have it. And we know that shape change plasticity and automatically breaks away. The total control of the symbiote incapacitated. When Venom uses it after resolution, give us an action token to each other opposing character within 2 squares in line of fire of a hit target. That's actually pretty cool, because it seems like you're just like catching everybody. Murdoch's training lets me find you. Super senses Venom and adjacent friendly characters can use. Oh God, sucks she's a prime, but being a what? I think she's a common prime. She's 1. We'll probably see her get. I don't know how many Thanos primes I've seen come out during any sealed event we do, but that is huge in sealed events, shooting through hindering and stuff like that. And she has Endom, which is actually pretty cool. Jesus, I could barely make it out here, Mr. Porter. I want to say it's 18 defense with the super sensitives, which is not bad at all. 11 is going to be the special, the ink cap, which is pretty dope. Has it through all her dial, but 3 and 4. Only 70 points, just charged. Is nice little gimmicky stuff. And then the ability is only on her defense, which is kind of rough. You only got that twice, and it's in the middle of your click. So don't know how I feel about that. I might have to play around with her, but if it was on a starting click, you can work around with it with, like, you know, have strategy with your pieces in the beginning. That makes some sense. But the fact that it happens in the middle, you might click right past that. She has movement that ignores, you know, elevation and hindering, but God, having that ability in the beginning would just help out a lot more, make it a lot more exciting piece. We'll go to Rocket last. So this is WizKids spoiling it, sending it to people. So we got Spider-Woman gaining the powers of Witter, Drew Carpenter, and Madame Web. I forgot about Madame Web. Free. Choose a standard power printed on this card Spider-Woman can't currently use. She can, what? Choose a standard power printed on this card that she can't use at that moment on that click. She can use that power until you're in a turn. That was just confusing. So pretty much that's it. And she's Mystics. And do you know what? I didn't check. Real quick, let's skip over Rocket. Where's hers at? Oh, we just went there. I never noticed. Does she have no PD? Womp, womp, womp. So, that's basically it. She's got Mystics, which isn't the greatest anymore since the errata, I feel. This is a super rare prime, usually the hottest one. She's not bad. 18 across the board on Endom, so for her last click, which is 17 regen, it looks like. Yeah, regen's right there on the bottom. 10 across the board except the last one. don't know how I feel about this. I don't know. Your main movement is really right here, your running shot. Your sidestep and your charge. Sidestep, it's okay. ESD is really high, which is great, and you got shape change, but you can't pick a power with it, so you can do running shot on every turn if you want to, as long as you're not on this click, which kind of appreciate being it later. Same with regen. I think there's ways you could do it where you could pick regen on this. It don't come to the end. Still energy is in the middle. There's a lot of funky stuff you can do here. For 80 points, I think it's pretty good. And Dom, if you are pretty smart and tactical with her, not saying I am, but in general, I think if you're tactical and you could think 3 moves ahead and figure out how you want to use the powers the way they are used while you're on what click, it can be helpful. Only bummer is she doesn't have really anything to stop getting hit, but she does have, you know, like first click ESD. That is, you know, a way to get out of things. Super senses, I would most likely like to snatch up that super sense sometimes with that shape change on the first click, and vice versa if I'm on the second click. But there is a lot you can do. It's just you would have to plan around it, your environment around it, for either using heavies or and she flies, so having heavies if you're carrying people. But we don't see any really tough, forgive me for saying that, defenses besides toughness. So 18 is good though, but I think that's the only thing that would really hurt her. Other than that, 80 points and Dom Flyer, I think it's going to be a super rare prime people are going to want again, and I wish I could see what all this was, but it's armor mystical again. Very happy to see keywords of the generic type coming up again. For a while we had like the X-Men set come out and they were giving nothing. It was just X-Men and it was just so annoying. Spider-Man Family, and I think Loners is the other one. But yeah, that's pretty exciting. I like it quite a bit. Oh yeah, I don't want to go to Rocket yet. So let's move this guy up. X-51 was previewed. Cosmic Herald Robot Earth X. Always like a robot. Nick Fury, the newest one, needs some more robots in standard to have some fun, but we'll see. Whenever an opposing character with Colossal or Power Cosmic makes an attack, you may roll a d6. Modifies attack -1 if it's 1 or 2 through 5. 6 -2. That's actually really good. I have to look at his points are right there. I made it like I had to flip it over and I wasn't paying attention. 75 points for that is not bad. I don't know how well he would be in a meta game, but let's see. I will not erase my emotional programming. Stop toughness. Has that in the middle of his click, which is kind of odd, but I did get 18 defense on that. Power Cosmic Team Ability, range, value 8, perplex, outwit, and prob. So once he gets on his stop click, holy bejeebus. It's weird he's like a herald. Yeah, you'd think he'd straight up have Power Cosmic, but getting it is kind of cool though. I do like that. And this guy is just a team player with phase, stealth. But I feel like he can't do much in between these. Until he gets to this 4th click, he's basically, you're going to want to keep pushing him, I feel. He doesn't fly, so he can't carry. He has no range. He does have support, which is great, but I think that's all he's going to be there for. So it's a really scary piece to have and rely on, I feel. But, I mean, I'm stoked to all hell about that. Getting the range of 8 all of a sudden, perplex, outwit, prob. It's just huge. But, I mean, I guess with the Power Cosmic Team Ability, you can't outwit that power then once he gets there. Because I want to say, oh, I can outwit that because you don't have, but you do. So, I don't know. But this could be something. I don't know. The points is what's hurting it. If it was like 50, and I don't want to hear, oh, then he'd be super broken, because you have to literally wait until he gets to that stop click. And to be honest, there's so many pieces that could just one-shot him after that stop click. So that's where I think it just falls and fails right there. It's just a little too high. He'll still be probably fun to play with, but who knows? Maybe people will figure out ways to make him better. But I do like the Power Cosmic and Colossal, the Stop Celestial's Embryo, because that's something that would be cool to see in the meta. But other than that, him not having flying really hurts because he's not transporting you anywhere. It doesn't mean he has to, I know, because the comic, but I'm just saying that's what I figure he would be doing. And minus that, he's good for support, but man, it's rough. You got to get him on that Power Cosmic with all those cool abilities. That Pin Psych with a range of 8, that's nuts. That's really good, but once you get there, like I said, it stops, then your next character can just take him out that next turn. I mean, you have someone else that's Pin Psych that is going right after your guy that got him on that stop click. It's already game over. He does have prob, he does have outwit now, but only thing that's going to help him at that moment is prob. Alright, so let's make this shrink-a-dink down. So this is Loki. He looks really cool. We know that the sculpt will not look like that. Bending the rules and reshaping reality. Roll d6, then resulting effects last. Posing characters modify defense +1. That sucks. All characters can use phase teleport. That also kind of sucks. That's on the 2. First one was on the 1. 3. Each player chooses character, and chosen characters modify all combat values. Each player chooses a character. Oh, and they get to... I don't like any of these. Generate 4 blocking terrain markers. This is on 4. Each within range and line of fire. Logan, who are you fighting back there?
I'm not fighting nobody. I'm shooting bombs.
Oh, okay. At the beginning of your turn, next remove them. No. 5 friendly character modifiers attack +1. Friendly characters modify all combat values +1.
Don't make me do it, Dad.
Don't do it, then. I don't know how I feel about this. Shape change, stealth. That's a great trait to have shape change and stealth. I like that a lot. This looks like they're using the image that from the Wizard comic where they asked Alex Ross to make a world where, you know, superheroes were irrelevant, and that's how Earth X was born. That's really cool for them to use that back, but I don't know. Once per turn, when a character of less points within range and line of fire makes an attack, you may reroll 1 die on that attack. So that's cool. It's kind of like a prob, and not to mention he has a prob already twice. I think he's gonna be a fun click. I think it looks like once you're you start the 125, you're starting on click 3. Which, to be honest, isn't the greatest. Decent defense, outwit, but just mystics. Mystical deity. Asgardian. Always cool to have Asgardian. And mystical. I love mystical teams. But he's ideally better at 150 with the phase teleport. It's just that trait, the bending the rules and reshaping reality. If you could partner him up with someone that lets him change the role somehow. I can't remember if that Star Trek character works like Mixiplex exactly, but if there's a way to just switch out things like that, because it could hurt you given everyone phase teleport or opposing characters modify defense +1 if you roll a 1. This is going to be a real crapshoot if this is a good piece or not when you're using that ability. It says free, so you don't have to use it. Having shape changes stealth alone traded is pretty good, though. Regardless of at 125, what he can do, he is pretty sneaky with 8 and 2 targets. I mean, I think he's pretty much well worth a 125. Granted, invul and all this, it doesn't matter. You have stealth. If you make it right, get the right hindering, get people with smoke cloud, you'll be set. I think he could be a very good piece, but again, it's going to come down to the player who knows how to play him right and knows how to set him up right. Sealed, I don't think he'll be that great in sealed. But far as, like, I mean, you'll still do okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's a bad piece at all. I just think you could really build a really good team around him. With, again, shape change stealth traded. That's just bananas. Bananas. Alright, we'll check out Venom. Gwynpool, a chase. Now, I'm not the biggest Gwen Stacy. Let's make Spider Gwen, and then let's make a Gwen pull. And it's just kind of getting crazy.
Kind of like death.
She's not dead. She's she's already like she's Spider Gwen, but then like Deadpool, and now with Venom on top of that. It's a big weird sandwich.
Like a big mix.
A big mix, yes.
Like in Marvel and what?
So Gwendolyn Poole. So we finally are getting this version of her. We've got one Gwen Poole that was Connelly. Calling help from the Venomverse. So it looks like they're going to have the same type of deal that the Spider-Verse has. Once per turn, all characters with this trait. When Venom... I don't know what that is. When Venom Gwenpool hits an opposing character after resolution, if it's 3 through 6 on your D6, place another friendly character whose name includes Venom. So that's pretty cool. So you can even use this with other people that aren't part of the set, but only these people can call them over to them. This is gonna be bad, as I'm really gonna want to collect all these, but so far they seem okay. She's got the generic alien symbiote, but these are gonna be what matters, or this defense and this power if I have to get her. But I will try to finish this set. Lethal Protector S. Protectress. We're working on it. Energy Shield Deflection, Super Senses. If Venom Gwenpool hasn't failed a shape change roll this turn, Jason friendly characters can use ESD. Interesting. And that's an 18 with a prob. On that, really good stats. I really like those stats. No Endom, but a lot of symbiote type characters don't really have Endom. They already have so much, and they have shape change and, plasticity. They could already be so good, and she's only 100 points, so far so good. This isn't canon. We can kill anyone. Exploit weakness. At the beginning of your turn, you may do 1 penetrating damage to an adjacent opposing character, or 1 avoidable damage to an adjacent friendly character. If you do, either heal Venom 1, Gwynpool 1 click. Well, there you go. There's a way for you to stay alive. So, not sure how I feel, because that one, you're gonna have that 3 through 4. It's your trait. You may deal 1 penetrating damage, Jason opposing character, or you could damage your Jason friendly character. Sucks because it's unavoidable to your unless that character has a way to heal right back up. And you go figure out a way to play around it. I think, again, this is going to come down to building around her. But I don't want to say, because sometimes I read these and I'm like, I'm a little disappointed. She's not, like, so far my top tier. I don't even know how Rocket will be. Rocket looks cooler. Maybe it's because I like the character more, and I'm kind of over the whole Spider-Gwen. But at the same time, she's not bad, really, at all. Got Steel Energies, ways to still alive, regen at the end that can knock you right back up to where you could heal that. So I mean, if you use her right, protect her right, if she had stealth or something, that would make her super duper broken. I don't want to say broken, but make her like ridiculously powerful, because that's how she can hide and get these little ways to heal off. But having shape change like that is a big deal, like throughout your dial, and getting a bonus on top of that is crazy. And you're having ESD on your first 3 defenses. It's just nuts. So your second click, it looks like your crazy click, but you don't have your prob. But regardless, get a TK in there, charge, get her, drop her off, charge blades. It's just good, gross. And then she has flurry blades at one point, flurry still energy. There's a lot of ways to stay alive with her, as long as she's not taking too hard of hits. So you just gotta hope you're hitting those shape changes. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, this is a bad clip. It could be really good. And I believe she just has Assassin and Monster. And I'm all about that monster. Alright. This is what I was really excited for. I don't really... Because in the Venomverse, was weird, and it dealt with a lot of other things. And I don't remember Rocket being in it. Maybe it's part of these side stories called War. This one says War Stories. I know the other one had like Cap was in it. Old Man Logan was in it. It was just different. But this one, Rocket, I remember being Venom and the Guardian storyline. Which leads me to, I'm very happy to see Guardians of the Galaxy keyword and Monster. Sometimes they won't give them their correct team because they're from some offshoot. I'm very happy to see that, because this is when you get to have the real fun, when you get to get these other keywords from other places and mash them together. So when it says, Star-Lord does this for all our Guardians, and you're like, awesome, this is going to work with, anybody, like playing Red Skull with Zombie with Hydra keyword with other Hydras. It's just cool, because they're not meant to play together, but they can play together, and they work very well. So we got the 2 generic traits that they're going to have. Alien Symbiote, Call and Help. He can move through elevation and hindering, and he can shoot through blocking, which is really huge. It don't look like he's a tiny... He's got a range of 6 with double targeting, which isn't bad. Hypersonic on his first click, it's odd. A lot of the Venoms don't get that, but that's cool. Only one time. Precision, super senses, and then outwit. That's actually a really good first having that shape change along with that's pretty nuts. But let's see about his power, and that is, I got better stuff in my arsenal. When Venom Rocket Raccoon destroys one or more places of blocking terrain, after resolution, give him a rummage token. Maximum 3. Remove any number of rummage tokens and choose attack, damage, and range. It says tokens and choose attack, damage, or range. So I'm guessing one or the other, not all of them. This turn, modify the chosen combat value +1 for each token removed. Okay. So if you remove all 3, you could do all 3. Or one at a time, which may be more strategic. That's pretty baller. And he's only 100. Damn. So much for the Shredder, Mini Shredder's favorite map in the world. Everyone tries to use with the Colossals and you're in tunnels. These guys are going to really screw up that map big time. Big time. Who's the other one? Oh, it was Black Bolt was the one that goes through it. It's nice to see every time a new set's coming out. It's nice to see that like something is coming out that works against what people were just doing. So people are back to the drawing board. Because I'm sorry, once all these guys can shoot through blocking and stuff, it's going to absolutely just destroy it. Destroy their plans, destroy everything. This Rocket I like a lot. Maybe it's because I'm a whore for the idea that he's a Guardian, he's a monster. I'd like it over Gwen, but I still wouldn't be unhappy with Gwen. And then destroying blocking, I mean, so once you shoot through your blocking to hit someone, it's going to break anyways. So it's an easy thing to accomplish, and every time you're doing that, you're going to be getting these, after resolution, give them 3 of those, or give them 1 of those tokens, the max is 3. It can get bad. If people want to really use maps with a lot of blocking with people using this can get bad. Can it be meta? I don't know. I really don't know. It's really hard to say. This guy can be good. No Endom is hurting him, so he could be, you have to wait out a turn. No Power Cosmic or anything, so he could be outwitted, easily. But having that shape change and super senses does help. It's just rough. It's hard to say. A lot of these times, we're not sure how these chases will be until we actually see them played around with and people think of ideas with them. But, we all knew at first glance Star Fox was going to be good just because double perplex. But then again, there's other options with other people. So who knows? But I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are excited. If you guys watch, thank you for watching. Again, this is just my opinion, reading them for the first time. I always try to keep it all original, be biased, unbiased, and not biased and unbiased. Be unbiased to the critiquing, because my opinion may change later. And my son's dropping in. He's been playing too much Spider-Man. Yeah. But regardless, like I said, this is just my opinion for now. Again, it can always change. This is just what I'm thinking. Not a pro player. Just giving you my 2 cents, because I just love to talk clicks. So if you ever want a message and talk, let me know. Still trying to do more podcast things with it. It's just hard. All my local guys, a lot of them are just so busy or they're quitting. And I'm trying my hardest to get the clear things. Can't think of the name of it. To give some life into the game. We're trying really, really hard. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.